YouTube friends and family, I'm back again, but today is not a gig log. I have plenty of gig logs to upload, but it's been very busy for me over the past couple of months. However, today I want to get a quick review out. Today I want to review the dual speaker pole system by OnStage, as well as the speaker mount and also the speaker bag. So let's get into it. So the purpose of today's review is to review the dual mount speaker bracket by OnStage. This is model SS7920, as you see right here. And this is kind of a look at it from the front. You see the OnStage brand here. And this is the look at it from the reverse side. Nothing fancy, just a dual speaker bracket mount. All right, but before you try any setup with this dual speaker mount bracket, I don't know how you call it, the bracket to put dual speakers on, you're going to need a very sturdy tripod and a tripod that has a wide leg span. Let me show you what I have. So what I use to hold the dual speaker mount bracket as well as both of my speakers is the OnStage speaker pole. This is the SS725. I'm not sure if you can see it right here. So it's SS7725. And however, the bracket itself recommends the SS7770. That's not what I'm using. I'm using the SS7725. What I like about the OnStage tripod speaker stand is that it's made of steel, so it's very durable construction. It's not made of cheap parts. You know, this is it feels real good. The only thing is these rubber feet sometimes they pretty much stay on for the most part, but sometimes they'll come off. And you need those rubber feet because you don't want this scratching like a wood surface or something like that. As far as the base is concerned, I started the tape measure right here where it made contact with the ground. And if you come all the way across, you see it measures about 51 inches. So that is a very wide base. And you need that wide base in order to hold the two speakers at the top. And as you see, this is very tall. Let's measure that next. All right, from the ground all the way to the top, it measures right above 74.5, so that's about 6 feet 2 inches, a little bit over 6 feet 2 inches. All right, just to compare it to some old DJ stands that I have, as you see, the bass is not even close. When I'm talking about how the bass span is not even close. And then it's also made out of, I'm not gonna call the name out on this one, but it's made out of cheap parts, like this piece here. Let's look at it, let me turn it around. As you see, it just is plastic. It broke, I don't even have the pen that goes in it anymore. It's flimsy. This thing is made out of some kind of aluminum. So it's very lightweight, don't get me wrong. However, this one is made out of steel. It's very strong, made out of steel. You're not gonna have any issues with it. Okay, so now inserting the dual pole bracket, it just goes right on top. But I don't care how tight you tighten this piece. Like this is all the way tight. I'm not sure if you can see how it's clamped right here. It's all the way tight. It still moves. It doesn't, so it's not gonna be so tight that it's not gonna move. According to the website, the weight capacity of this OnStage dual speaker mount bracket is 80 pounds. That means a 40-pound speaker on this side, a 40-pound speaker on this side, to make a combined weight of 80 pounds. However, I've seen conflicting documentation which says it can hold up to 100 pounds, some 90 pounds. So it's kind of unclear exactly, but on the OnStage website, it says it can hold up to 80 pounds safely. The QSE K12.2 speakers, these are the speakers that I use to actually mount on this speaker bracket. They are rated at 39 pounds each, which comes up to 78 pounds. And so that's right under the 80-pound limit that this bar is recommended from the website. So before you're gonna mount your speakers, you always have to make sure that this front leg is always perpendicular to this bar. It can be in the front or in the back. However, just make sure the center of gravity, it doesn't allow it to tip, because if the bar is situated this way, it might be a little easier to tip. If this bar and this leg, or one of the legs are actually in sync, or how can I say, parallel, not perpendicular, there's nothing over here to support the weight of this speaker, and it may tip. So just be careful of that. Make sure that one leg is always perpendicular, and that the center of gravity is not going to tip. All right, so once everything is set, you can comfortably, can't even say the word right, but comfortably set a speaker on one side, just like that, and it's going to have a little tilt, but it's not going to tip over. This thing's going to stay right here. All right, and then you can walk over to the other side without, I mean, it might be a little okay if you hold it, but it's not necessary. And you see it standing by itself, right? And I can even give it a little tilt. It's not going anywhere. I wouldn't do this too much, you just never know. All right, and then you can put the other speaker on. And there you go. That's how it's going to look. All right, this is just a closer look of how the dual speakers look on this pole mount. And trust me, as long as you got it set right, it is not going anywhere. And although this clamp doesn't clamp down tight enough so it you know, it's still going to turn, I do not recommend turning it, because remember, you set it so that way this the center of gravity is not going to tip from one side to the next side. So keep it like that once it's in place, and the speakers are going to be great. All right, so take the speakers off in the same way as putting it on. Just make sure that you're very careful. You don't want to wobble it too much. However, it's not going anywhere, so you don't need to put your foot here and hold on. Just make sure you just gently pick it up like that, and it comes right off. You don't have to worry about this falling over. All right, so you come to the next side and do the same thing. The last thing I want to review is this OnStage bag. I don't have the model number of this bag, but I think this is the only bag that they have. If they have more, I'll try to get the model number for you and put it on the screen. However, these straps right here are very sturdy. The zipper is made of good quality. The material is made of good quality. And here's a speaker stand right here by OnStage. And you can just put the speaker stand in here, and it still has plenty of room. So if you get longer speaker stands for whatever case, so it has plenty of room. It has a divider, so the speaker stands are not rubbing against each other. And this thing is it's good. And it's made of heavy duty material, because these speaker stands, they are not light. And just to compare it to another speaker stand bag that I have, and we're not going to put no names, maybe you saw the name already. I mean, just look at it. This material is not good at all. I mean, it's ripped here. Look, it's ripped right here. The stitching came apart. I can't even zip it up. This thing is useless. It won't even, I mean, if you put something as heavy duty as this in this bag here, first of all, it's not even going to fit, and it's probably just going to tear it up even more. So if you're serious about what you do, and you're serious about your equipment, and you don't want to keep buying more bags, more equipment, go with the heavy duty stands. Go with the heavy duty bag. All right, and that's it from the OnStage Dual Speaker Mount bracket, as well as the OnStage tripod and the OnStage bag. I recommend going with OnStage. So just to show you some videos, because I've used this product, it's worked well. I had no issues. Just check out some of the videos where I use it so you can see how it looks, and then you can make your decision. If you have any questions, any comments, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll get back with you. Thanks for watching.
food.